Today we are covering how to generate leads from your Google My Business page. Who here has a Google My Business page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Who here doesn't? Okay, cool. We got to get you a Google My. John, you don't have a Google My Business page? Nice. We're going to get you one today. So Google My Business, Google is the largest search engine in the world. And when people want to find a real estate agent and they don't know anyone, where's the first place they're going to go? Google. Yeah. Where's the second place they're going to go? Probably Zillow. Yeah, probably. And so we want to make sure that that you are generating business, you are taking advantage of Google, so when people look you up, you actually populate and not photos from Facebook circa 2012 when you're partying at the New Year's Eve party. Right, yes. I've seen your... Okay, so I have a question for everybody. Think of the last restaurant you went to for the first time. The last place you went for the very first time. How did you find that restaurant? Yelp. Okay. So here's the story I tell everybody. People will Yelp or Google $3 tacos before they will even go eat there. I will literally go on, if I see a restaurant, I'll look it up on Google, and if it has anything less than 3-star reviews or it's not on there, I will not go. So people are Googling tacos before they buy that product. I guarantee you they're Googling real estate agents. And so if when they search your name, or lenders, and if when they search your name, you don't pop up with 5-star raving reviews all around, you are losing a lot of business. So let's all pull out our phones. We're going to do an exercise. Pull up your Google Chrome or Safari or whatever you use. Pull up a incognito tab. Incognito tab. Private search tab, whatever you use. And I want you to search for your name. Your full name. Don't put realtor, don't put lender, just search for your full name, and I want to hear what comes up. Google it.
Like, go on Safari, click the...
Okay, so my question is, does a photo from 2013 come up, or does a new headshot that's professional looking come up? Are there 5-star reviews? Like, what are the results that you see? What do you see, David Wong? What are the first 3 results? The first 3 web pages?
LinkedIn,
Pineapple
Real Estate,
Pineapple Group.
David Wong Pineapple Homes on our Pineapple website.
Okay, so you've got a website, that's cool, where people will Google you and you come up. That's very official looking. If you don't actually have a real website that people can go to and learn a little bit about you and who you are losing business. What else? What else is coming up? What do you got, Teresia?
I only have Facebook and Zillow and Realtor.com.
Okay, and how does it look on those 3? Does it show 5-star reviews for all 3?
No.
Oh, what does it show?
Just,
Let me see. Let's see here. Can I see?
It just kind
Okay. That's okay. What you really want to see if you're doing this well is you want to see your name, your photo, and then you want to see a little Zillow or Google review star system, and then you want to see 5 stars. Nice. So let me see if I can pull it up here. I'll show you exactly how it's supposed to look. And what we're going to do today is help you guys set all of this up. So this is what you should see when your name comes up. That's what you want. You want something that has your name, your photo, 5 stars, and then 125 reviews. So when they look this up, they know, nice, oh, you got it, yeah. So that's what it should look like. And so if you see anything else, you're losing business. What you got over here, Mom? So that's what you want to see. All right. So now, what we're going to do, because I don't think any of us have that yet, Lexi is going to take over. So Lexi runs our entire marketing department. She is a wizard of real estate marketing and knows more about all of us combined. And she's actually going to help you guys walk through and get this all set up, so that way when you start selling homes and people look you up, you'll show up. You're a real person, not a secret agent. Take it away, Lex.
Thanks. Hi guys, how are we doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Okay. So Google My Business specifically, is a free way, emphasis on free, to get organic leads. And to really put the icing on the cake with this, the statistic I believe is about 56% of businesses in the United States are not leveraging Google My Business the way that they should. That's over half of the businesses in the United States missing aspects from their Google My Business that is potentially deterring future clients from doing any kind of transaction with them. Because 9 times out of 10, like Devin said before, you're going to Google anything before you go to a place or engage with a person or request an appointment with a person. You're going to see how they treated their past clients, when their hours are. You're going to see how close they are to you, their activity, their engagement. And Google, the main things that Google looks at on your Google My Business when getting you that coveted top 3 spot on your first page of your Google search results, is it looks at your location, so the proximity to the person asking the question. If someone looks at Hawaii real estate agent in Eva Beach, it's going to show people that are closer, not the people that are over in Kailua and they have all of their offices over there. Another thing that Google takes into account with this is your activity. Are you posting consistently? Are you keeping your business page updated? If Memorial Day or whatever federal holiday is coming up, do you have your holiday hours up? Because the people that do, Google's going to look at that site, they're going to index that site, and they're going to say, wow, this person is really on top of it. This person is definitely active. This business is booming. It's popping. Let's get it going. And they're going to push it to the front of the line, in front of everybody else. So, Google My Business. It increases your visibility. It provides accurate information, up-to-date information, your business hours, your phone number, your website. You can even link Calendly. Are you guys familiar with Calendly, appointment scheduling software? You can even link your Calendly to your Google My Business, so they don't even have to call you to set up a buyer's appointment or consultation or any of that. They don't even have to call you. Just click 2 clicks of the button and it's done. It also encourages client engagement through that, and it promotes your local SEO. So the thing about Google My Business, right? When you look at Zillow, for example, Zillow, and there's a phrase, and it's Zillow goes a mile wide and an inch deep. Us as realtors, we're supposed to go an inch wide and a mile deep, which means that we are supposed to be the masters of our hyper-local area. If people are looking in Kaka'ako, they're not going to show people that are advertising in Haleiwa and all of that. We're going to be the masters of our hyper-local area. So that's what Google My Business is for. So if you go on the back of your second page, there's a QR code I would like you guys to scan. I'm waiting to see phones out, hovered above pages. Scanning. Technology. Yes, ma'am. Hi. Absolutely. Yeah. Great. Thanks. Let's scan this page right here. It's called Setting Up Your Google My Business. Once you scan that, you're going to see a little blue set of words amongst the black and white. You're going to click on it. It says Create Your Profile. Click that. I got you now. We're making Google My Businesses. We're at least getting it started. So some of you guys might actually have a Google My Business account already. Google actually might have just done it for you. Fun fact. Anybody can claim a business on Google. And that means, yes, anybody can claim your business on Google if you do not do it. And there are a lot of really backhanded ways that people try and manipulate Google to get themselves on the top search result. Taking over other people's businesses, putting their P.O. box in their address instead of an actual physical office location, and then just moving it to different cities so they service more areas. So make sure you claim your business. It'll have a little search thing. Google your name or who you're with or whatever, however you're indexed on Google. And if it's not on there, you're going to create your profile. If it is on there, claim that business if it is yours. So depending on who you're with, you're going to have certain marketing requirements and things that you're going to have to put, whether it be your license number or if you're like, on a team or something like that, you have to put by XYZ. Make sure you're familiar with that. I'm not going to tell you a catch-all be-all for your marketing requirements because, to be honest, I don't want the liability. So please just follow up with that before you set up your Google My Business account. So make sure that you're following your guidelines that you're supposed to. Because that's super important. Because let's say that you set up a really nice Google My Business account and one wrong move and you're wiped from Google. And it's done. And you don't get it back. And it really sucks. So, do it good. Alright. So if you've claimed your business, just click the Claim My Business. It's going to prompt you to do some verifications. Make sure that you optimize your profile, your Google profile, to its absolute fullest. If it asks you a question, please answer it. Don't leave anything blank. Put your hours. You can even put your real estate agents, right? You're pretty much open 24 hours. You can put 24 hours. They can call you whenever, right? I mean, you don't have to. I see some head shaking. I see some nodding. I see some knowing. But that's up to you, right? Put your phone number on there. Put your address on there. You're going to see a few other things on there as well that you're going to be like, huh? There's going to be posts, questions, like FAQs and stuff like that. So this is where we have to keep consistent. Google is kind of like almost like Linktree. If you guys are familiar with Linktree, it kind of pulls all of your information into one easy to use platform. So just make sure you have all that updated. Your questions, things that people ask you in relation to what your job is, real estate, it could be property management, lending, all of that. Now, I'm sure you have a whole list in your head of questions that people ask you all the time. Take that list, take 3 of those questions a week, answer 3 of those questions a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, however you want to do it. Try and do at least 3 times a week, posting on Google My Business. Keep it active, doesn't have to be anything too complicated. If you have a market update video that you did, put it under your posts. If you have a new listing, put it under your posts. Put the picture in there. Put a link back to your website where it goes. These posts are basically highlighted call to actions for people. So if you have a new listing or anything like that, make sure that you highlight that new business on there. Keep it updated. Keep it modern. So once you put all of your information in there, they're going to ask you to do the absolute worst thing in probably, how long have we been dealing with it now, Melody? Yeah, it's been about a month. Yeah, this part's gonna suck, guys, but if you stick it through, it's gonna be worth it, alright? You're gonna have to verify your information. Now, here's the thing. If you already have a business on here and you just click Claim My Business, that's great news for you because you're likely eligible for instant verification, meaning that it already has indexed your website for your address, your phone number, and things like that. You just verify it, they'll call your phone number, click, click, clap, you're good. If you're not, you're gonna have to do, and I have this whole list in here. Postcard verification is what's gonna take the longest. It's gonna take about a week to get to you. We're gonna send you a postcard to the address that you put on your Google My Business page. I would recommend real estate agents. If you don't have an office, we live in an age where a lot of people are remote. You can, instead of doing an address, you can put service areas that you service. However, the more service areas that you put, the wider you're going to be spread, if that makes sense to you guys. So if you're like, yes, I service Honolulu, Haleiwa, Kaneohe, Kapolei, you're going to be spread a lot thinner. But they're going to send you a postcard. You're going to verify that address. If you choose to have a main address, they're going to verify your phone number as well, your email, all of that. That's going to take a while. So be be patient with it, but they're just gonna send you like a postcard. It's gonna have a code on it. You're gonna enter it. Beep, boop, bop, you're done. There are a few policies on there. We kind of covered it lightly. Just make sure that, you know, you're not doing anything shady, reasonably shady. You gotta say reasonably shady, all right? You can't just be shady. So don't put PO boxes in your address, all right? You know, don't use content that's not your own, right? Don't use somebody else's pictures. Don't use, you know, pictures that you just found off of a random website. Going back to high school, going back to college, gotta make sure we cite our sources. But now instead of getting an F on our paper, we get sued if we don't do it. So, welcome to adulthood. I know. Sorry. I'll be a little bit brighter. Alright. So I have on these back pages just a few things to keep in mind. We covered most of them. Make sure you complete all your fields. If there's a blank, you need to fill it in. Choose relevant categories for your business. If you're a real estate agent, stay in the realm of real estate. Maybe not do a post on how much you love Off the Hook poke on your Google My Business, you know? Keep it relevant, right? It's hard for me sometimes though. Use high quality images. Don't use anything blurry, non-appealing, or anything like that. Use nice, high quality, colorful, attractive images. Going from that, I put on the back my little pro tip. Who knows what geotagging is? Raise your hand. Yeah? You should raise your hand with more confidence, dude. That's a great thing that you know what that is. For real, for real. Geotagging is awesome. Geotagging is where you take a picture of your Eva Beach house, right? You put it in one of my little tools. I gave you about 4 tools that you can use to do this. Some of them are free, so no excuse. Take your Eva Beach home, you put the coordinates, like actual coordinates, like a bunch of numbers. I know it's hard, but it'll come on Google Maps. You just put the address, put the coordinates, and it'll tag your image with the geolocation. What does this mean? It means that when Google sees your image, it doesn't just see, you know, a pretty picture of a house, maybe a rainbow or whatever. It sees an image with the geographical location, a service location tagged to it. So that way, when someone looks up Eva Beach houses for sale, and they see a real estate agent with a Google photo that's geotagged in Eva Beach with the alternate title, home for sale, Eva Beach home for sale, they're gonna pull that up to Google Images. And it's more likely to pull that up in certain keyword phrases. Did everybody follow that? Is there any questions that anybody has on what geotagging is? You should definitely do it. It is an extra step, but an extra 5 seconds, you know, it's kind of worth it, right? So geotag your images if you can before you post them on there. Have a compelling business description. Just include keywords. So there's a website called Answer the Public. I've mentioned it a few times. You just go on answerthepublic.com, you look up Hawaii real estate, it will literally give you like a whole giant circle graph of keywords and phrases that people are using, and they're all color-coded based on how many times they're used within the month. So you don't even have to know, you can just look it up on that. So use these relevant keywords, attach them to your business, so when people Google it, you have more the likelihood to show up. And make sure that you monitor and respond to your reviews. If people call you on your Google My Business and you do not pick up, guess who's not calling you again? Not for a while. You gotta keep posting, you get that next call, make sure you answer it. If people ask you a question or send you a message, try and respond to it with about a day. Just stay on top of it, make sure that you're monitoring it. It's gonna be a little slow at first, all right? But once you do get those messages coming through, make sure that you answer them. And make sure that you're using every aspect that Google My Business has to offer. So, yes ma'am.
Does the Facebook or Instagram tag location count as geotagging?
So when you go on Instagram and Facebook, you do have the option at the top, where underneath your username is, it says add location. You can do that there. When you add your location using Facebook or Instagram through that feature, you're more likely to show up on the discovery pages, like the explore pages. So the search bar, and then you click it and you go to search for someone's profile, but there's a bunch of posts showing up.
So that's a profile. How about the post? If
The
I
post?
post, I put, let's say I'm eating, white meal.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah, it'll the post will show up on the Explore page. Yeah. Yeah. So make sure that you're using all of the features that Google My Business has to offer. Try and post 3 times a week. You don't have to do 3 posts a week. You can do a post, a question, whatever. Mix it up a little bit. Stay consistent with it, and Google's going to reward you for your hard work. Hi, yeah.
When you say post, is it through the Google app, or like how does that work?
Yeah, okay. So our question is, when I say like post to Google, is it through the app, or how does that work? So when you set up your Google My Business page, there will be, when you scroll down past the addresses, past the phone numbers and all of that, there's a section that says questions. Keep going down a little bit more, it says posts. It typically has these like little squares for images, kind of like Instagram looking. That's what I mean. It's all in that little rectangle. When you set up your Google My Business, it'll all be there, like in little hubs, but it's called Google Posts, basically. Yeah, so make sure you guys stay consistent with it. And I'm down to open the floor for any questions if you have any for me. I'm coming.
Can you run ads on Google? Do you?
Yeah.
So for example, like when we set up this, and someone Googles us, right?
No, you're fine.
Let's say we set up this account and someone Googles us. It depends on like how we rank on the results, right? So then, do you recommend running ads through Google? Is that something that?
So organically, to get your Google business profile to that coveted top 3 spot, you're gonna have to stick with it for a while. They're not gonna immediately reward you. You're gonna have to post consistently, and eventually you'll work your way up there. But when it comes to advertising, we found a great deal of success using Google pay-per-click ads. Actually, we found that it was more beneficial for us to do Google pay-per-click than like Facebook ads, actually. So Google, when it comes to pay-per-click ads, you have what's called a Google lead ad, which is, let's say you look up Hawaii real estate agents, you're gonna see these little like rectangular profiles with like, basically they're like little previews to people's Google My Businesses. It's the best way to put it. It's gonna say sponsored up top. So the first ones that you see on those Google lead ads, depending on what service area you're in, let's say you're in like Honolulu or Waikiki, a pretty highly competitive area, then it kind of becomes a bidding war. It does, to get you that first spot. It does become, Google likes money, it's just what it is, you know what I mean? However, retargeting with Google pay-per-click, so taking those people that came to your website and perused a little bit and then said, all right, I've had enough, and X'd out. When they go and Google more things about Hawaii real estate, and those little banners or squares or whatever on the side of whatever they're looking for, could be your ad. So I recommend retargeting through Google pay-per-click rather than trying to dominate like Waikiki Realtor. You know. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Oh, so many hands shot up. Oh my gosh, what's up?
So just staying on topic, if you're, let's say, instead of choosing Waikiki, we really want like sub neighborhoods, would you find more success doing that than you would just with Waikiki in general?
Depends on your neighborhood. So we talked about turnover rates. Last time, that's a good way to determine what kind of service area you're going to focus on, just because the amount of activity, like transactions that actually happen in that area. Listen, if you really work out and you want to be the Waikiki realtor, you can do it. I'm not saying that like, you're going to have to throw hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to that spot, but it's going to be a lot of work compared to if you were to say, I am a Mililani builder or a Makakilo builder. You know what I mean? But it's possible. And got a good team behind you too to help you do it, even better. Alright, more questions? Did you have a question for me? No? I'm coming.
Like strategy for like geolocating from people from outside of Hawaii, right? So I think for myself, for agents locally, it's like a different way of approaching finding realtors because it's such a small community, right? But if you wanted to geotag someone from, like, let's say I'm searching for California or Toronto, and I look for Hawaii real estate agent, right? How does that work? How does it go by the pay-per-click ad that shows up first, or like how do you find those people?
say you're in Vegas and you're looking for a Hawaii real estate agent. So when you look up from Vegas, Google's like, okay, this person's in Vegas looking up Hawaii real estate agent. You're gonna get the responsive results up top first. Those are the Google lead ads. Those are where you're gonna have to throw the money at. Sucks, but it is what it is. Then when you get to the actual business profiles, there's like a little rectangle with a map in it, and you know what I'm talking about, and they'll show the different areas and stuff. So it really just depends on a lot of factors. Where are they looking in Hawaii, and what kind of service areas or what areas do you serve according to Google? How active you are with Google, how often you keep it updated. There's a lot of factors. There's not really one catch-all answer, but if you just spend the time and the effort to really tackle each point, once a week, then you'll have more visibility. But it really just depends on what they're searching, what their search history is, what kind of service areas you are consistently posting in, and all of that too. So.
What's the cost for to be on top of that list?
The clause to be on top of that list.
The cost, yeah.
Oh, the cost, for Google lead ads.
Yeah, but so when I just typed in, I think it changes
Yeah.
every time you refresh the thing. It goes.
So yeah, there's a handful that they'll kind of interchange between that top three typically. I can't really give you I can't really tell you you spend $600 a month, we guarantee you the top. I can't tell you that. You know what I mean? It really just depends on the area that you're servicing and how many people are trying to dominate that same area. But Google, when you do put money in things they will tell you what approximate reach you'll have with that. So my recommendation is just set yourself a workable budget. So don't try and put yourself in a hole. Set yourself a decent budget. See where it lands you in a few months. I would say give it 3-4 months. See how it's working for you. See if you're getting any kind of return or what kind of engagement you're getting, and then decide if you want to throw more money at it. Of course. Anybody else?
So, what's the best way to find keywords or other things to include inside your description that is going to draw more people to your website?
So, really, this is the tale of as old as time of human behavior, really. What do people search for? What would you search for? Be real, if you're looking for a house somewhere in Hawaii, what would you Google?
The neighborhood and description of the home, single family, condo,
Okay.
kind of like that.
Yeah. So you can do, or maybe even if they were a specific kind of buyer, you can put military relocation services and things like that. It really just depends. You don't want to overfill it with a bunch of stuff, and then it just kind of looks a little spammy.
Yeah.
But like I said before, things like answerthepublic.com, you can see a lot of those keywords. But even Reddit, dude. Reddit. I know it sounds crazy. It kind of sounds a little geeky there, but you would be surprised about the things that you can find out on discussion forums like that about just keyword searches and things like that. But do be wary that some keywords are a lot more overpopulated than others, right? So you have Honolulu home for sale. Yeah, but Mililani home for sale is a little different. So, yeah. Any other questions? To be honest, I don't think that the GOINGR is a real word, but just a website. Yes, ma'am. All of the geotagging tools that I gave you are all websites. Some of them are free that you can use. They're really simple, so don't, come into it and think that I'm giving you something really complicated. Go on Google, put the address of the area it is, or put the city, get the geo coordinates. It's a bunch of numbers, comma, a bunch of numbers, copy and paste it in there, put your image in there, and then re-download it.
How about Adobe,
Yeah.
easy to use?
I use the first one more often than not on the Geo Toolkit, but there's depending on what kind of platforms you're familiar with, I know everybody kind of delves in different areas, so some people might have more proficiency with Adobe products. So I put that one in there.
Do I have to pay for it?
Adobe,
This one.
the Adobe Creative Cloud, yeah, you do have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's not really related to Google, but so I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people saying that they got my information off of Siri. So I'm like, how did you get my information off of Siri? So they just ask Siri, and then Siri gives them my contact information, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean,
Everything is online.
yeah, everything is online, and
How about you?
Google, like Devin said before, Google is the #1 search portal in the world. Can anybody guess what number 2 is?
DuckDuckGo.
Say it louder. YouTube.
Really?
YouTube is a search engine. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Fun fact.
Scary.
Yeah. But yeah, so especially in today's age when, like, let me tell you, I use voice to text all the time. You can ask Devin how many times I'm like, sorry, that sounded kind of weird, voice to text. Like, people use it all the time. I'm constantly like, Siri, what's the weather today? Siri, where can I get a chocolate croissant near me? You know? It's convenience. Convenience over everything. That's the kind of day and age we live in. The future is now. Are you ready? Johnny Lynn, did you have a question for me?
I had a question about retargeting.
Yeah.
So what app do you use for retargeting? Or how do you do it?
We use retargeting through our website provider, like our website service, so we use it through YLogo. Yeah, and we put everything in pay-per-click. We like pay-per-click. We're a pay-per-click household in Pineapple Homes. Does anybody have any other questions for me? Yes.
For the website where you said answer the public, so that one's just more so keywords that people are keywords that you should be taking for your business. For example, when people search Hawaii real estate.
Yeah, so there's a myriad of ways that you can use Answer the Public to leverage your business. You can use it to see frequently asked questions in relation to your business and answer those questions on Google My Business. It will literally be color coded by how like dense the search activity is, so you can take those few keywords and see what applies best to use for your categories on your profile.
And it's free.
Mm-hmm. I know, we love free. Free is my favorite word.
Subscription model to it too, right?
So probably, but I've never had to use it, so. But I don't gotta pay, why pay, you know?
Oh, do you use ChatGPT to do any of your paperwork? Like,
You could use
listing
ChatGPT.
remarks or something?
Yeah, you could. I'm not gonna say that you should use ChatGPT for your business documents because, to be honest, I don't necessarily know, like, especially if you're doing like a contract or anything like that, I wouldn't recommend. But let's say that someone's like, you know, a frequently asked question that you want to put on your Google business page, and you're like, you know, will the real estate market crash in Hawaii in 2023? You know, and you're like, all right, I'm kind of busy. If you want to maybe say, put that in ChatGPT and get a response, I don't know. You know? We don't want to rely too much on technology. That's how the robots take over. But, you know, we want to leverage it while we can. So, simple things like that. You know, little things. Sure, why not, right? But answering FAQs and stuff, yeah, why not? Does anybody have any other questions for me? I am here every week if you ever have any questions. Devin as well. Thanks for talking with me, guys.
We all give it up for Lexi. Great job, Lexi. That was phenomenal.
Yes.
Actually, I asked her to do that because I know way less than she does about this, and she wrote the whole packet, and I was like, who's presenting? And she's like, you are. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. So, very good job. Thank you very much, Lexi. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up. I have one more favor. Can everybody pull out your packet, hold it up, let me see it. You got it. And then what I want you to do is rip off a small little square, something where you can write 2 or 3 words on, or like a small sentence on, so just pull off a strip along the bottom. And here's what we're going to request. So these classes are free, meaning we put a lot of money into preparing them, and then you guys don't pay for anything. That's how free works. So here is our one request. Write on there the name and number of one agent you think that needs to be better, or could be better, or isn't growing as quickly as you feel like they should be growing, that we could invite to this event. So go ahead and write their name, number, and then write your name on the side so we know who it is. Yes. System success.
Yeah.
Next week is all about system success. Gotta come to next week? Yeah. So my question is, do you have systems in your business? If you do not, then you should definitely come and figure it out. And we give out our blueprint. We don't, we'll tell you how we do everything. It is not a secret.